what are the average salaries or average income or average hourly wage when you're planning to immigrate to Canada. So what you could expect, right, based on your occupation. Software developer. We're talking about Toronto, Vancouver, and just for the reference, Winnipeg. Okay, so in Toronto, on average, and I'm talking somewhere in between, like minimum, maximum, and average numbers. On average, in Toronto, you could expect to get at least 35 Canadian dollars per hour. Vancouver, pretty much the same, 35.6, close enough. Winnipeg, 29.5. Right, but cost of living in Manitoba is significantly lower than those in Toronto and in Vancouver, so that's what you could expect. By the way, for those who don't know it, if you could make 29.5 in Manitoba, if you would compare it to even 35 in Toronto, I would choose Manitoba, simply because at the end of the day, what you got in your pocket would be much more in Manitoba, considering the cost of living, of course, right? Carpenter, right? Winnipeg, 21, Toronto 26.5, Vancouver 25. Industrial electrician, $36 for Vancouver, 31 for Winnipeg, 39 for Calgary, just to give you a reference, right? Certified accountants. So if you are in accounting, if you are in finance, what you could expect is about 35 is dollars per hour in Alberta, in British Columbia 29, in Ontario that would be 33.3. Good enough. And HR officer, right? So human resources, like on average you could expect to get 24.2 in Ontario. In British Columbia that would be the same, 24.2. In Manitoba, 25. So well, in Manitoba you can actually get more than that. And administrative assistant, right? So pretty much starting position. British Columbia, $22 per hour. Manitoba, $21 per hour. Ontario, 22. Networking technician. So guys, British Columbia, $22 per hour. Ontario, 22. Quebec, 21. Saskatchewan, 23. Manitoba, 21. So now, get into these numbers. What do they actually mean in terms of yearly wage? So say if you're making $20 per hour, which is lower than computer technician, which is lower than administrative assistant, you could expect to get at least 40,000 Canadian dollars per year. So very rough formula, multiply what you're making per hour by 2, add those zeros, and that's what you're making. So if you're making $20 per hour, 40,000 Canadian dollars, which that's what you would make per year. 25, you would probably make 50. Now, we're not talking here about taxes, we're not talking here about deductions, but look, for the start, for one working person in a family, that's more than enough. Just got 2 working people, 80 to 90,000 Canadian dollars. Very good. That's exactly what you could expect.